Hey there and good morning. So I was thinking, I was like, I really kind of need to explain to people when I was saying stuff like eagle and whatnot. Before I was not given clear information about certain things intentionally to kind of make sure people understood. As that information that you start receiving from God comes in, you need to really kind of take your time to process it. Like I've told people before, I've been reading for a long time, but I've always been very prophetic even as a child, especially empathic, very sensitive to energy, even young. So at times you may call it shy, but it wasn't always that. It's just like sometimes I could be around bad energy and I would just know, and it just would make me ill or make me feel away, or however you want to say it. So I wanted to kind of break this down in the sense of tarot. When I first got into tarot, again, that hang up I initially had about it, and God saying apply some of the biblical stuff to it, because at the end of the day, it's the whole taboo aspect of things that we apply to everything. If you notice, that's what I was talking about, ancient ways, but understanding I need to teach and was going to have people judge, and that's it. It is what it is. So I want us to actually talk about 3 of the tarot, and there's actually one that I've already visited before and done a video on that associate with eagle. Okay, so one of them is actually the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit in the deck, if you see, and I put this image up before for a reason. This person is in complete meditation mode with this little lamp, right? So when I talk about the dream I had where God said, go down this dark path, you're not going to have anything. This is what I was talking about the Hermetic journey, where it's going down this dark tunnel. You don't know what you're going to run into, what you're going to see, but you need to go there alone. That's that whole faith aspect to it. And it may sound weird to some people, but it's a scary thing. This is why I was saying in the dream where I was like, oh, you better be lucky I love you. Because it's like I knew, I said, there's no telling what's down there, but I knew this is the journey that I'm going to take. And so this was almost like step 1 in some aspect, was that you're going down this dark path alone. And I could sense certain things. Like I said, that's when I started having some of the battling stuff, but I understood it, so I wasn't panicked by it too much. So there's the Hermit. All right, so one of the other cards associated with eagle is Judgment. So this is what's so deep about this card. If you look at this card, do you see these wings here with this woman? Okay, so I love this deck. I have to say it again, Tarot of Dreams deck is what I use. But I really started looking at this card and paying attention. This card is actually associated with Pluto as well, but just since you're talking about planet stuff and all that. But the key, when you look at this image, there's those gold wings. So you see me mentioning that a lot of times when I talk about getting binocular view. When you look at this card, it is so what I was speaking about when I talk about astral traveling and whatnot. Again, the fact that I had that death experience, this is kind of, this card is the epitome of kind of what happened to me. It was like this transformation after I kind of went through boot camp, whatever you want to call it, to where my spiritual gifts just grew enormously. And this card is deep because if you see it, when I talk about the veil breaking and whatnot as well, if you look at this card, this woman almost can see this going on. So this is when I talk about me being eagle. That's that name, that Phoenix Amore, that fire, like being reborn from love through fire. Fire would be the boot camp pain, however you want to say it, but through love. So it's like sharpening the sword. You know that sword's having to go through that pain in order to grow. So this card is deep for that. This is what I was saying. Phoenix Amore, that name was given to me by God. So there's that card. Last but not least, you have the World card. This is when I was talking about the 4 evangelists and what you see on the card. And it's not this card, but if you go look up the World card, like the Rider-Waite deck, it shows the eagle, the man, the lion, the calf. But eagle sits at a position where eagle can see everything. So it's sitting to where, that's why I talk about binocular view, and I say, if I tell you da-da-da-da-da, that's it. Not dictator. Eagle is just this is what I see. So I wanted to really kind of explain through tarot why it's so deep. Like this is why when God was speaking to me, I was like, this is some deep stuff when I talk about ancient ways. But again, that Judgment card, that's going to hold it up so you can see how it really associates to what I was talking about. So anyway, I'll continue with the videos. You guys take care.